Alright, it's Cliche Gamer. Today I'm going to show you how to install the software for your Hauppauge HD PVR. The first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and plug it in. A little tricky to play in here, sorry. Okay. When it's plugged in, if it hasn't been plugged into your computer before, mine has, it'll start to install the drivers. It might say it didn't find it, no big deal. But once you get that, go ahead and open up your disk drive on your computer and put the disk in. I'm going to do that now. Okay, so the disk is in. Now, it should come up here with your run setup.exe. If it doesn't, I'm going to show you how to do that. So, wait for mine to load here. Mine will come up with it. Some computers don't do it for security reasons, because lots of people will try and install viruses that way. So say this doesn't pop up. What you do is you go to Start, then you go to Computer. Then you go to your disk here. Now you right-click the disk, and you hit Open. Then, down here there's a Setup application. Double-click that. Hit Yes. And this is the same thing that would have came up if you would have hit the Run Setup on top there. So you just give it a second to start the installer. And it should ask you what language you want. Wait for that here. Okay. Go English, and then install your drivers. The Hauppauge has to be connected and turned on for this. It's going to search the disk for the drivers, and then it's going to update the Hauppauge itself, and then it's going to download, and then it's going to download the Hauppauge drivers and put them onto the Hauppauge itself. What you need is, actually, you can probably close this. I wouldn't use this. And then go back to the disk, right click the disk, hit open, go to the TME, that stands for Total Media Extreme, by ArcSoft, and go ahead and click the setup application. So don't even click that setup. Alright, so now we're going to go straight through Total Media Extreme instead of through Hauppauge. Yes, because if you do the Hauppauge, you get the IR controller and all that stuff, which you really don't need to record. Alright, so make sure all four of these are checked. This is your converter. This is your burner, I think. This is your recording software, I believe. And then that's your playback. Just go ahead and make sure they're all clicked. Just go ahead and hit next. And then this will install. And then once it's done installing, you will have to restart the computer before you can use the Hauppauge. Might have to wait a second, and then it should start. You may need to do a administration deal. Mine didn't. Just gonna go ahead and load. It shouldn't take that long. My computer is a little bit overpowered for what it is, so 8 gig A8 quad core. I would recommend some sort of dual core accelerated processor to use this, and at least if you're going to do it right, I do 4 gigs of memory so you can edit too, but if you're just going to record and upload, all you'll need is 2 gigs, so you should be fine. I run it on my dual core 2 gig a lot, and it's decent, but this is going to be a lot better for me now that I have this laptop. The original YouTube video I had up, 7K views, but it exploded overnight because of all the people who got their Hauppauges for Christmas. And I don't have the gaming edition, but this should be similar to what you have to do. I don't know. All they did was paint it black and put some bling LEDs on it, or green ones. Okay, so right here, before you can use it, you have to restart. So yeah, I want to restart my computer now. And then when it comes back up, I'll show you what you do then. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, otherwise I'll lose the information. So I'll be right back after I restart. Okay, now that we've gone ahead and installed TotalMe Extreme and restarted, we can go ahead and use the application now. In case it doesn't make the icon, I'm going to show you how to get to it. Go into All Programs, scroll down, and it's ArcSoft TotalMe Extreme. TotalMe Extreme, you just click that and it brings it up. To record, you click on the first option, which will look like a VHS tape. And then you can either just click on that directly, or you can mouse over it and then go down and click on start recording. It's going to load here in a second. It just booted up, so it'll take a while. I'm going to go ahead and click it here anyways. Whoa, it disappeared. Okay. Alright, so here it is. Mouse over the VHS tape, record video, and it'll launch the recording screen. I'm just going to see what's taking so long here. Too many tasks on this brand new computer. All the preloaded stuff that comes with them now. Alright, so just give it a second. It should automatically find your Hauppauge. It sort of like shifts the screen a little bit when it's loading the Hauppauge, and then it pops back down. So there's my PS3 right now. I can turn the screen on so it's brighter for you. Okay, so there we are on the PS3 screen. The input you want is, this is your component on the back, this is your S video on the front, and this is your yellow area on the front. This is your digital input, your Dolby Digital Surround Sound. This is your red and white audio on the back and red and white on the front. Whoops, sorry. For doing component, you want RCA back, and you want YPRPB. If you change the setting to something that it's not used to, that's not connected, or is different from what you usually use, it'll take a while, and then it will probably shut down. So just try and keep it on the settings it loads with, otherwise it'll try and do stuff that you don't have it set up to do, and it messes with the software a lot. Okay, if it says it's being used by another application, here, I'll try it again. It'll say it's being used by another application. This is how you do this carefully, and it takes a little bit of work to do it right. So it won't load it. It'll say it's being used by another application. Okay. While you're not using it, make sure it's not selected as the source. Unplug it. Wait for it to give you the little error message, the little error sound that Windows gives when you unplug something without removing it. There it went. And then wait about a second and plug it back in. Then go down and select it, and it'll be the first thing to pick it back up. And give it a second. Now it's going to get the video and audio feed, and it's going to pop back down. Change the audio back to the RCA back. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to get the good quality on it. This is your device settings. This is like your brightness, your, like your TV settings would have your brightness, your contrast. These are actually pretty good, the default ones. Then you go to Format. And once you get your PS3 in 1280 or 720 or 1080 or 1080 or 720p, go ahead and move that up to 13.5. That is the highest bitrate. That'll get you your high quality stuff. And if you're not sure quite how to set this up, if you go over to Settings and then down to Display Settings, your video output settings are what you want to change, and you want to make sure that you're on Component, and you want to make sure you go over and you select whichever ones you want. The Hauppauge will do 480p, 720p, and 1080i, but it will not do 1080p. So if you want to do 1080i, go ahead and do 1080i. Up it over, Give it a second, and click yes. And now the Hauppauge automatically reformatted itself to 1920 by 1080 pixels. And make sure it's at 13.5. Wait for the picture to come back here. Click OK. And then set audio output. Make sure you're on the audio input connector. Or if you're doing digital Dolby surround sound, go ahead and pick that one, the optical digital. And then just click OK. And then you're completely set up and you're ready to record. The best settings that I recommend are turning off enable preview and recording unless you have some insane computer. Leave hardware acceleration on, and I'd say the best format to record in, if you're using like Sony Vegas or Pinnacle Studio, is .mp4. This is .m2ts, which is an MPEG-2 format, and this is a TS, which is another MPEG format. But what these mean, this doesn't mean if you're playing PS3, you click here. If you're playing Xbox, you don't click there. This is the file format. If you record in this format, this can be played on a PS3. If you record on this format, this can be played on an Xbox 360. If you record in this format, it can be recorded on, or played on, whatever that means. But I would just go with the Xbox 360 one, and that's just this down here, the save format, and then save that to your video, and you're ready to record. So go ahead and have fun and get some videos up. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, favorite, whatever. I hope it helps you. If you don't, send me a message through YouTube or add me on Skype, JMSGT9, and I'll try and help you as fast as I can. Thanks.